Yeah, my name is Sergio Rio, and I will be talking today about abortion and trying to convince people that abortion is something good for different scenarios than what people think. Um, Back in the 90s, abortion still wasn't a conversation, and I saw that back in the 90 like the 60s and the 70s, it was actually something illegal. Like, it was a crime. You can go to jail for doing that. So it's crazy to think how abortion has a different conversation nowadays than it was 30 and 40 years ago. It's something more that society allows, and something more that people are more inclined to listen about and get to know about than what it used to be back then. That it was a crime. You can go and do jail time for it. Nowadays we see different states that it's legal, and they provide the help for different women to get an abortion and get something done like this, which is extremely helpful and extremely improvement from the government and from politics to even allow this for women and give them a platform or a help that they can use in their favor. Basically, biggest one of the biggest points and factors and facts in the conversation about abortion and how it should be an option is that it's the decision for a woman. It can't be made by another person. It's their own choice. It's their own life. It's their own body. So they should be the first ones, and most important, the only person that should take any decisions on what to do with themselves and a baby they have inside, which is not so much a baby because abortions are made usually to the first 20 weeks, so the baby's not even developed yet. So they're actually not killing alive yet. Most we see a lot of cases how women get pregnant by an accident or some event that happened, which it was out of their control. It could be rape, it could be anything, sexual assault, anything like that, which they actually had no control or decision on whether to be pregnant or not, or have a baby or not. That was just like put into them by a situation where again they were out of control. It was out of their hands to even have a say on their pregnancy and having a baby inside of them. So they were not prepared for this. They didn't have this in a plan. And as we all know, having a child and a baby, it's a big responsibility. Like, you gotta be prepared for it. You gotta want it. And if it's just thrown into your life like that, it can easily ruin it. So they should be able to have an option and have a decision and a say on whether to keep that or have an abortion, and not destroy their whole lives by something that a human being did to them or caused to them without them agreeing to it or having consent about it. It just was out of their hands. So I encourage people, and I want people to understand that once something tragic like that happens in your life, you should be able to have an option which makes you better as an individual, and it will help your life. We see a lot of cases too about women that get pregnant like that without having any control, and they just don't have the funds and don't have the money to have a kid. We all know that having a kid is really expensive. It's a lot of money that has to go into the baby. It's a lot of attention that has to go to a baby. It's a lot of responsibility that has to go to a baby. And some of these women, they don't have this sense of responsibility, the money. I'm sorry, my phone just got off. So yeah, they should not mature enough to have that full responsibility of basically stopping their life, which all their attention it's based and focused on themselves, to put all of that attention, all of that energy, all of that time into a baby. It can ruin your life. It can change your life in a minute. So yeah, did I support the movement and the activist people and activist groups which support women on giving them rights and options on whether and they should decide either to have an abortion or not. It should be their decision, and it basically it there should be an option. And I'm really happy that it's legal in Hawaii, and I feel like other states should take a look at that, look at the improvements, look at the benefits of it, and if it's good for them and they think it can help people in society, which that's basically the government and politics job to bring in and just be good to the people and do what's better for the people, and the people living that they were the ones selected by the people. They should provide options like this and helps like this and in ways that can help women first and foremost, and others have a say in their decision on whether they should have an abortion or not. I think it's better for society. We don't want kids being raised in places and homes where they're not being raised the right way. There's already a lot of situations like that where kids are just their childhood and growing up is just not the best way to grow up and have a childhood, and we don't want this more. We so me basically I encourage everyone to support this movement where we give all the decision making to the woman. It's her own body. It has to be their decision.